Netflix is teasing some pretty big ambitions for its ventures into gaming. Yeah, this is the last story of the show, but it's kind of a short one, but I still think it's well worth bringing up here on the show. So this story comes from The Verge, who discussed how Netflix co-CEO Greg Peters told investors that Netflix is focusing on cloud-based co-op and party games as a successor to Family Board Game Night, which is a really dope idea. Like, don't get me wrong, I think the games that Netflix has been adding are cool and they're like really fun, but like I don't think it's really breached the medium. Whereas like if you added games like Life or Monopoly or like Candyland and like you're like, hey, everybody just use a mobile device, connect to the TV and we can play together, I feel like that would bring in a lot of casual gamers, or like maybe like we play games once a year, or like it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, let's all play together. I think that would be super cool. Plus, think of all the other games you could expand to. Like imagine a Settlers of Catan, right? You're playing on the TV with all your friends, but it's basically a Settlers of Catan board and you're just kind of stream. I think that would be so sick. And the other thing that Peter mentioned in this quote, and if we could pull this back up again, he basically said that he wants to like redefine game shows, which is wild. Especially when you think about like Netflix is getting into like live, right? They did the football games, they did the Jake Paul fight. WWE is live every single Monday on Netflix. I mean, imagine if Netflix started doing like live game shows where it's like global trivia and everybody in the world who's a Netflix subscriber can play, or it's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and you get to compete for that $1 million on that live show. I think that would be huge. And it's kind of weird because initially when I heard like Netflix was getting into gaming and cloud gaming, I was like, okay, this is probably just going to be another Stadia. But I think like them getting into like the casual market and them talking about board games, I feel like that's a way bigger concept than what Stadia was trying to accomplish, right? And it makes me realize that what Netflix is trying to do is, if they play it correctly, it could create a completely new vertical for not only gaming, but also for Netflix as a company. And I think that's super cool. Now, the sad part of this story, we've got no release date. So Netflix didn't give us like a window or be like, it's happening this year. But hey, Netflix, if you're watching, please, thank you for the WWE. First off, I've been loving watching Raw consistently on a basis now. But second note, board games, great idea. Jackbox, another great idea. Put those games on the platform. I think they would surprise you as far as it goes like of usage. So